meeting is now streaming live on Facebook, it says.
All right. I think we're good to go then.
All right.
Well, good evening, Aisling. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I'm hoping
Thank you.
Definitely going live on Facebook with my group, and I hope there'll be some people watching there tonight. In fact, I think it might have just taken me into my Facebook page, but I'm not going to focus too much on that at the moment while this technology is all new to us. So thank you for joining. For the rest of my viewers, I've known Aisling for a couple of years now. I think we first met at a nutritional therapy conference that I helped organise about nearly 2 years ago now. We invited you along to do a demo of your EFT, which was just fabulous. And you had about 100 people in the room, all tapping away half an hour. And it was so well received that we invited you back last summer to repeat it because we had such positive feedback about it. Do you want to just describe a little bit about yourself, Ash, about what you do, and then a bit more about the EFT?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, thank you very much. I'm so happy to be here, and I hope that we're going to share some useful tips and a really helpful technique for your group. So yes, I'm a professional therapist and coach. I've been doing it for about nearly 10 years, I realised the other day. And I help people with stress and anxiety, and I really help them to build their self-confidence and express, the things that they're good at, so they have more of what they want in their life and less of what they don't want. So today I'm going to share a couple of versions of EFT, or it's also called emotional freedom technique, or tapping or meridian tapping, and that's what it looks like. And this is a really powerful stress relief technique. So obviously I'm a therapist and I use it therapeutically. We won't be doing therapy today, but this tool, anyone watching now or on the replay will be able to tap along with us and have the experience. It's just a taster of what it's like. And they'll be able to use it from this session on themselves. And we'll give further information if they want more. And it's just a really powerful technique. It calms down the fight or flight response, the amygdala, and it reduces the stress hormone cortisol in the body. So it's a really powerful technique.
You've just frozen a little bit, Aisling. So, oh no, I think we're back to normal. I've actually found it useful sometimes if I wake in the night, and those nights when you wake up and then suddenly your brain just goes into overdrive when you're thinking about all the million and one things that you've got to do. And I'm not sure necessarily what I'm doing. I've got an idea of how to tap in terms of the statements and things, but I just sort of say something to myself about, there's no need to be awake and nothing to worry about. And I do find it really helpful. I'm absolutely convinced that when I actually bother to do that, and if I do wake up, that it actually does help me get back to sleep again.
Really good. I mean, I'm so glad that you brought that up, because this was one of the points. I've just, obviously, because of what's going on at the moment, I've been doing a lot of work with people around stress and anxiety. And one of the top things that's coming up is what you said, the brain going into the mind, going into overdrive. And people, someone was saying that they felt overloaded, because they're suddenly having to look after their kids at home and they've got elderly parents. And there's just this feeling of just what you said, overdrive. And what we can do with the tapping is reducing that stress response. And it rewires the brain, so you can still think those thoughts, but not have this huge spike.
That's really important. Yeah.
And also, I like what you said about you don't need to do it right. We're going to show a few ways of doing it. This is just a play with it. Anything that you do, any tapping at all, and I'm going to show a few different ways, will start calming down the body, and as soon as we get calmer, we make better decisions. And I think that, they use the image of the oxygen mask in the aeroplane, that if you if parents are told to put their own oxygen mask on before they help their children, because you can't help other people unless you've got that going through. So especially at this time, I think for people to just have a tool to help them look after themselves, really. Yeah.
So shall we get going then? You can,
I think that would be great.
What you want to start with?
Yeah, so just to say, if anyone's, hopefully everyone's going to do it along with us, but have a drink of water. And because we're tapping and we're moving energy, there can be we're looking for energy movements, so there could be burps, sighs, giggles, all sorts of things. So I'm looking forward to how you respond, Caroline. But just, you know, we're freeing the emotions up to move. So people, if anything intense, just keep on tapping and it'll calm down. So the first one I'm going to show you, the technique is called finger tapping. So hopefully you can see, get your thumbs and you tap on the side of the fingernail. That's
on the side.
On the side, that's it. And then the next one, move on to the next finger, that's it. And the next one.
Am I doing the wrong way? That's the better way, isn't it? That's how I should be doing it.
Yeah, it's like the way that's easiest, that's it. And then the bottom one, that's it. And it doesn't actually matter which order you do the fingernails in. Okay, so you just tap along like that. And you can flip over the index finger and tap on the thumbnail as well.
Okay.
You got that? Yeah. Okay, so that's just finger tapping. You don't have to have your hands in the air. I'm just doing that so people can see. So just to anyone who's just joined us now, we don't need to hold our hands up to do this. But this is continuous tapping that you can do. You don't even have to think of the words or anything, and you can do this anytime, anywhere. So I use this with teachers who have difficult classes. They'll tap under the desk. Obviously the children can't see what they're doing, to calm themselves down. I think it's going to be really good for households where there's a lot more people in the household than normal, because you can just tap like this with your fingers by your sides and nobody's going to notice. And the other reason that I'm just doing it now is because if people are out and about, and tapping, we normally touch points on the face. So if they're out and they're about and they want to tap and they're not sure if their hands are clean or not, they can actually just do the finger tapping like this. And then one practitioner, all he did was tap like this for half an hour a day, watching TV, didn't even think about trying to solve any problems. And after a few months, he found that his whole fear level had gone down a notch, like quite significantly.
And it's such a simple thing, you can do that, isn't it? Like you say, you can be just sitting there, not consciously thinking about what you're doing. It's just very, very easy and very subtle to do. Yeah.
And it builds up, it kind of builds up over time. So I just wanted to share that. And then if people, as long as they've got clean hands, they can do the next thing with me. And if not, they can carry on just using that technique. So the next one, I'm going to show you the traditional EFT method, which is the one we did at the conference, and it was amazing, wasn't it? Tapping with all those people, and it had a huge, powerful effect. Even we only tapped for a few minutes, but the next year people told me they'd been able to use that on all sorts of things. So the way we do this, the first point is called the karate chop point, and it's the side of the hand there. That's right. We just tap gently on that. 2 or 3 fingers. If anyone's really sensitive, they can just they can rub that point instead, or they can just touch and then breathe. Okay, so there's different ways of doing it. Just be kind to your body. The next point is where the eyebrow hair starts.
And it doesn't matter which side, does it?
No, and I'm just using my right hand because I'm right-handed, but you can even do it on both if you want. So all we're doing is setting up a vibration. So, you know, an acupuncturist has to get the point precise, but we don't have to. We just have it, like you said, you have a bit of a go at it at night and it still works. So the next point is the side of the eye, and it's where the bony bit is. That's right. That's it. And the next one is under the eye, kind of under the pupillate center. That's it, on the bone. And this one's always tender for me. So just being gentle with that if you need to. And the next one's under the nose. That's it. That one always seems to make my breath change. And then under the chin. And then we've got a collarbone point, which I think you can see. It's just where you'd knot a tie. Like that, that's it. And then there's a bit of a strange one, which is under the arm, and it's like where your bra strap would be. You'd probably find a little tender spot. Obviously, anyone on here who knows about meridians and things will probably know these points already. And then the final one is the top of the head. And some people might need to be very gentle with this, but a lot of the invisible energy lines of the body meet there. That's it, that's brilliant. So that's one round of the shortcut tapping. Just taking a nice breath now. That's it, and just everyone just tune into how you're feeling, and you might feel nothing, and that's okay. Just notice any shifts, anything that's happening, and if you need a drink of water, you might like to have water as well. So just see how you're doing. Yeah.
Very calming, really instantly notice calming effect.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? And just to say, anyone watching who's noticing something else, that's okay as well, because it's all about responding to our body. So again, that's the simple tapping round, and people will see that if they find it on YouTube. What we're going to do now is I'm going to show how to tap on any problem, and we're going to use the phrase "this problem" to represent that. So what we do with any problem, we state what the problem is, and then we say a positive statement about ourselves. So the traditional way to say it is, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Does that feel like an okay statement for you to say?
It does.
Yeah. And anyone who's watching who doesn't want to say that, that's okay as well. You could just say a positive statement. I'm okay. I want to accept myself, or I accept myself right here, right now. So we're just going to tap on, not on a specific problem. We're just using the phrase "this problem." So start off on the side of the hand, and we say, even though I have this problem.
Even though I have this problem.
I deeply and completely.
I deeply and completely.
Love and accept myself.
Love and accept myself.
Even though I have this problem.
Even though I have this problem.
I accept myself.
I accept myself.
And I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
Even though I have this problem.
Even though I have this problem.
I accept how I feel.
I accept how I feel.
Brilliant. Okay, and then we just go on to the eyebrow point, and we're just going to use a reminder phrase, this problem.
This problem.
That's it. And then the side of the eye, this problem.
This problem.
And then underneath the eye, this problem.
This problem.
That's it. Under the nose, this problem.
This problem.
And then the little dent in the chin, this problem.
This problem.
And then the collarbone part, this problem.
This problem.
That's it. And then the bra strap point there, this problem.
This problem.
That's it. And then the top of the head, this problem.
This problem.
That's it. And then just take a nice breath again. And if you need a drink of water, if anyone needs a drink of water, it's really great to drink lots of water to flush all the energy through. That's it. And how are you feeling?
Yeah, it's just that calmness that comes over you. It really does.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing because last night I got really stressed, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. And I was tapping, and normally I can tap quite quickly. It took me 15 minutes, but when I got into the calm state, it was so good to be back in there. So yes, that I use the phrase "this problem," but that could be even though I'm worried about the virus, even though I'm worried about my children, even though
Worried about my job, finances,
anything at all, anything at all. You just say, even though, say what it is. You can't get your words wrong. Then you have a positive statement, repeat it 3 times, and we can put some instructions.
Yeah, we can send that out separately.
And then you just do a reminder phrase around. So that's the very, very simplified version of tapping. And it's also rewiring the brain, because you've got this problem, and then you have this massive stress response. And then when we do that, you still may have the problem, but the stress response has come down.
Managing the stress response, isn't it?
It is, and managing your life, because what people were saying to me the other day, I did a group session, and they just said they didn't even know where to start with this. So I'm just wondering, I've got an exercise where we tap on our breathing. Have we got time to do that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we should do one more thing.
Yeah. So this one, it's a way of, and I've got a video. If people email me, they can have the video of this. We use our breathing to notice what's happening in the body, but it's so good if you do this every morning. You don't even have to think about what's wrong. You can improve your breathing, and that really will improve your health. And they say you cannot be anxious in a relaxed body. So if we work with the body, it really helps. So I'm going to use the phrase constricted breathing, and we're going to just have a play with that. So if you'd like to just take a couple of breaths now. That's it. And everyone, let's just take another breath. That's good. And on the next one, we're going to just let a number come into our head of scale our breathing, where 10 is the fullest breath we can comfortably take, and 0 is like not breathing. So just take a breath and give yourself a number. And what number would you say?
6.
6. Okay, brilliant. And anyone else who's doing this, you can write your number down, and we're just going to have a play with that. And how do you know it's a 6 and not a 10? Have you got some tightness somewhere, or what's stopping?
Yeah, it just feels a bit tight in the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is it in the center of the chest?
Yeah, as I say, it is.
Yeah, good. Okay, so we're just going to use that, and we'll use the phrase constricted breathing. To anyone else, the numbers can go up and down with this, all right? We're not under pressure to get it to a 10 or anything like that. It's very interesting what happens when people start with a 10, because you know they can sometimes they can go up to a 16. It's kind of very interesting. Okay, so we're going to use the same format we just used, but this time we're going to use the phrase constricted breathing.
Okay.
So we'll start with the side of the hand. Even though I have this constricted breathing.
Even though I have this constricted breathing.
I deeply and completely.
I deeply and completely.
Love and accept myself.
Love and accept myself.
Even though I have this constricted breathing.
Even though I have this constricted breathing.
I accept myself.
I accept myself.
And I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
Even though I have this constricted breathing.
Even though I have this constricted breathing.
I accept all my feelings.
I accept all my feelings.
Brilliant. Okay, and then we go to the eyebrow point. This constricted feeling.
This constricted feeling.
And then the side of the eye. This constriction.
This constriction.
And then something happened there. Something's blocking my fullest breath.
Something's blocking my fullest breath.
There's tightness in my chest.
There's tightness in my chest.
That's it. This constriction.
This constriction.
This tightness.
This tightness.
That's it. And then under the arm. Something's blocking my fullest breath.
Something's blocking my fullest breath.
And then the top of the head. This constricted breathing.
This constricted breathing.
Brilliant. Okay, and then that's just one round. Let's just take a breath. And again, this is just us learning to tune in. Everything that happens is correct. It's the body just telling us what it needs. And what are you noticing now?
That feels like an 8 or something like that.
Oh, right. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. That's a quick shift.
Yeah, it just felt so much easier.
Yeah.
By the end. It just did.
Yeah, it's amazing. Do you want to do another round? Have we got time to do that, or?
We could probably do one more round, yeah.
Yeah, only because for some people it might have gone down then, and that's absolutely fine. So what we do, we'll say remaining constriction now, just so that they know what to do. You know, if they do one round and it's not okay. Even though
I
have this remaining constriction,
constriction.
It's easier to breathe.
It's easier to breathe.
Is it still tightness in the chest, or is it something else?
It doesn't feel like a tightness.
No.
I just feel like it could be better.
Yeah, I feel it could be better.
I feel it could be better.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Even though
I
have this remaining constriction.
I have this remaining constriction.
And I feel it could be better.
I feel it could be better.
I accept myself and I'm okay.
I accept myself and I'm okay.
Even though
I
have this remaining constriction.
I have this remaining constriction.
I choose to be curious.
I choose to be curious.
I wonder if it could be better.
I wonder if it could be better.
That's it. And then we go to the eyebrow point. Remaining constriction.
Remaining constriction.
On the side of the eye. This remaining constriction.
This remaining constriction.
And then under the eye. Remaining constriction.
Remaining constriction.
And under the nose. I wonder if it could be better.
I wonder if it could be better.
And then the chin. Maybe it couldn't be better.
Maybe it couldn't be better.
And then the collarbone. Maybe it could.
Maybe it could.
And then under the arm. And I just choose to be curious.
And I just choose to be curious.
About this remaining constriction.
About this remaining constriction.
Brilliant. Okay, and then just let your hand drop and take a nice breath. Everyone have a drink of water if you need one. If anyone's got intensity, just keep tapping through, it will come down. And how are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. I'd say about a 9.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's like, and I mean, I don't know how long that took us, but it was like...
Exactly, it's just minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes what will happen when we do that is something might come up, but then we get to tap on it before it becomes a massive issue.
Yeah.
So in the old days where everyone was busy, I used to say you can do this breathing in the morning when you're waiting for the kettle to boil. But yeah, do it in the morning and it will really improve your health and your calmness.
Definitely, that's great. Thank you so much, Asha. It's been really helpful. I hope everyone's found those techniques and tips really helpful because, like you say, they're so simple, aren't they, to do?
Yeah.
And we were thinking about doing a part 2 next week. I think you've got some other tips to share, have you? Yeah,
I have. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of different ways of tapping, and we can put if anyone wants to email me, they can have a video with a fuller instruction on it and a handout.
I'll add your email address and your website afterwards to the comments so that
excellent.
We'll do that. So that's been brilliant. I hope everyone's really enjoyed that. It's a bit different tonight. I'm normally talking away about nutrition, and I thought tonight this would be just really beneficial for everybody. And thank you so much for giving up your time to do this. And I look forward to seeing you next week. I've now got to make sure I close this down without losing anything. So that's my challenge now to finish. So thank you so much, Aisling.
Yeah, thank you so much.
See you next week.
Yeah, and if anyone's got any questions, maybe they can put them in the comments or something. Maybe absolutely. I can pick them up.
Great, that'd be brilliant.
Okay. Thank you all for sharing your time and energy, and thank you. It's been lovely to see you.
Brilliant, thanks.